the Joker 2 trailer dropped yesterday. Hopefully, all of you got a chance to check out that trailer. Spoilers upcoming on this with some thoughts. Gents, are we any more or less excited? Thank you, base. But are we any more or less excited about this movie now?
I'm way more excited. I was a little skeptical going into it after like hearing all those reports of how it's gonna be like a huge musical and like 13 songs, but oh my god, this freaking trailer I watched it like 3 times today. The score for it was just beautiful. It deserves. Oh, actually, I'll wait till your guys' opinions on it.
So I'll be honest, I don't quite care for this universe. It's not my favorite to be in. Not that I don't like the first movie. I just feel like there wasn't really a need for a second one. I'm interested to see where it goes. It has piqued my curiosity. I will say that, but I don't know if I'm dying to see it. Granted, I really wasn't dying to see the first one either because I don't. It's weird to say I don't think the Joker really needs a movie, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll probably enjoy this one.
It's one of those, and I think they carry this over in this trailer of like, it's heavy. And there's sometimes with heavy movies, like, don't get me wrong, like here at the Point 3 podcast, we are all in for what DC brings to the table. And I think we're all fairly familiar with that. But there's this eerie sense of realism and heaviness that comes with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. And then to know Lady Gaga's historical films that she's been a part of and her ability to really take you to that place too. Like, you just want to put on a sad song. I think we were kind of goofing around, but I was pretty serious of like, I'm ready to feel sad after watching this trailer. And like, it just evokes emotion for me specifically that I just don't love staying in. You know, like this isn't like a euphoria or a high. This is like a low. And I'm like, you guys are great at what you do because I feel, but I don't love feeling this way for extended periods of time, if at all.
Yeah.
It's valid.
Yeah. It's a very good way of putting it because I think that's exactly what I felt with the first one, where I was just kind of like, I remember I watched it on a plane, actually, is where I watched it for a work trip. And I was just like, okay, I was like, I kind of felt something and I didn't like it. And I'm pretty sure that's what will happen with this. And that's a good testament to Joaquin Phoenix because he does a phenomenal job. He's a phenomenal actor. And Lady Gaga, I think, is very underrated.
Yep.
As an actress. We'll see where it goes, man. We'll see where it goes.
I agree. Go ahead.
I'm just excited to. I really liked just the type of movie, not type of movie, but just like the quality of the movie and of Joker 1, and just hoping for like, I don't know, I just like seeing really, really good movies, no matter what emotions they give out. And hoping this one could replicate the first one. I'm very excited for it. I can't.
You're containing it, right? I feel the excitement.
Well, yeah.
I don't really. You guys said very good things about like the type of movie it is and portrayal it gives off. I don't really know what else to say.
What? So I've had this thought. I'll throw this back over to you, Spider Brando. I had this thought of like, because you know me, I have to compare everything. It's just in my bones. But comparing the like kind of mental health aspects that we saw in Moon Knight versus the mental health aspect of Joker, like do you see a difference, or do you see that the MCU could adopt something along this line and carry that over to some other characters if possible? Or do you think that Joker 2 is kind of its own thing? It's a one of one. It's unique and probably won't be duplicated.
I feel like they definitely could carry some stuff over, but um, it's hard to tell because the Joker is just like dark, like extremely dark. I don't see the MCU going that far, even though that'll be like a great way to bring awareness to a lot
Yeah.
more people
Yeah, I agree.
of
I agree.
certain like mental health things.
Yeah. It's it reminds me a lot of the emotion I feel, at least, is the same as Logan,
Mm,
where it's like very real, very raw, where they don't,
Mm-hmm.
even though it is a superhero film, they're not like masking. And I don't know if Joker is a quote unquote superhero film, but it is a like superhero universe. Um, they don't mask the real stuff with like, all the fantasy and stuff.
yeah.
It's just, it is what it is, and that's how it is. And I think sometimes when we go into those movies, we're not expecting that.
Mm.
And I think that's what hits us really hard when we see it. Because I think typically, normally, most of the time, I would say, we go to movies to kind of escape things. And then when we go to the movies or we're watching a movie and then we see very real stuff that, maybe we know someone or are going through with that, it hits a lot harder.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always feel great to see. And it can be uncomfortable. And I think that's what the Joker brings. But, I think they're going to do a great job with the film. Even though I still personally am not like super excited to see it, I still think it's going to be good.
It's funny. It's interesting that you say that, of like movies are used as an escape and for entertainment, but the Joker, it feel very weird saying like, oh, I was really entertained by the Joker. Like that just to me like doesn't go like that's too negative. Well, no, that equals a positive. It doesn't make sense either. It just doesn't make sense, right? Like it just doesn't. I can appreciate what they're doing, but again, it is just that's not an escape, right?
It's conflicting.
Yeah, a little bit. Based, good comment. Oppenheimer. I think that's different because the underlying root for like an Oppenheimer versus like a Joker, there's a lot that isn't really on the surface and kind of in your face. But when you really think about it and break this movie down to the point where it's like this is being released in Japan finally, it's like like there were comments and thoughts, like there's a lot that rolls up into an Oppenheimer. But there were some it's just interesting. I just think Joker's on the more difficult end to be like, yeah, I loved it. I want to go see it again. They're like, you really excited about that? And they're like, why? And it's like, oof.
Yeah. It's like even the teaser trailer that they showed for the actual trailer, like that they showed in the morning, where it's just him kind of like psychotic laughing. I was already like, oh no, this is gonna be this is gonna be really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm ready to experience the movie, I guess, after this conversation.
Yeah.